Now I did want to mention Henry Ruggs. He looks like he's gonna. The whole situation is kind of or of course, I think that happened on Tuesday or something like that, where he was charged with a DUI and is facing possibly criminal charges. What do you think about the whole situation?
I think it's dumb to be driving 160 miles per hour when you're sober, let alone dumb, and even dumber to be driving drunk is absolutely stupid in general as well. I mean, now doing them combined is just like, I have no idea what type of decisions you're making in your life. But yeah, no, Henry Ruggs is a guy that coming out of college, probably one of the most, like, in terms of that draft class, probably the guy I was actually most excited for coming out at the receiver position. Really waiting for him to come on with the Raiders, but no, I mean, I don't know how much there is to say about it other than the fact that that's just like, there's like no excuses for those actions. And then that I don't see him being, I don't know, he may not ever get another shot in the NFL, because that's pretty close to as bad as something as you can do. But yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. I don't see any coming back from this. I think his playing days in the league are done. And I mean, that's even before anything, he gets charged with anything or sent to prison. So yeah, I don't know how much more I can add on to what Hayden said, but he's done.
Yeah, we it is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, and I believe in that. Normally, I just don't know what evidence could come out. We have to leave the door open that evidence could come out to change something, but I have no idea with the situation described as it has been now, how evidence would come out to change anything from this story at all.
Yeah, it is disappointing, especially for a guy like Henry Ruggs, who was drafted, was the first receiver taken in the 2020 draft. He was taken before Jerry Jeudy. He was taken before CeeDee Lamb. And, with the whole there, I'm surprised how good the Raiders are doing this year with how many problems off the field they've had with John Gruden. Now they've had a problem with Henry Ruggs. Like, if the Raiders do end up winning their division, I'll be surprised. And I just mentioned I don't necessarily trust the Raiders, but it is kind of disappointing, or not. It is disappointing to happen, or it is disappointing with Henry Ruggs. But I mean, we'll see what happens. There's still time, but it's a disappointing look. I know this, or did you have anything else to add to that, Hayden?
Yeah. I just think it's interesting with the Raiders. That I said to Jake a little while ago after the John Gruden stuff came out, like, I'm not a big fan of John Gruden anyways. Like I said, there's a chance that them being without John Gruden actually helps them become a better team. And I could say that swings them in a positive favor, that type of news, because just like, I don't know, seemed like kind of a cancerous guy to get out of the building. And I think that may have actually pushed them in a positive direction. This situation, on the other hand, even though it seemingly shouldn't be like related to the team as a whole, I could see this pushing them down a bad path and really setting them off in the wrong direction, even though it's just the mistakes of one guy. I feel like that's got to have a huge impact around the team, and I don't know how I'd feel in that locker room. And just, there is the potential for this to go really bad for the team, even though it's just one guy.
Yeah, I mean, Henry Ruggs is supposed to be their number one receiver, and there was so much hype for him, especially with how how much hype he had coming out of the draft, and it is disappointing to hear.